Today we're crocheting a colorful cozy dog sweater that's perfect for the fall and winter seasons, and this project is in the size extra large. For the materials, I'll be using Caron cinnamon swirl cakes. This is a number 4 medium weight yarn and it's 100% acrylic. I'll also be using a 5.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle. To start the project, we'll first make a slip knot. Take your tail of yarn and hold it in front of 2 fingers, then wrap the yarn around and turn it over to create an X. Take your crochet hook, insert it under the right strand, and pull that left strand underneath. Then we'll remove our fingers and pull up to tighten. We're going to work a foundation half double crochet chain. To do a foundation half double crochet, we'll start by chaining 2. Then we'll insert a crochet hook into that first chain we made. So we'll yarn over, insert the hook into the first chain, pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop, 3 loops still on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So what this does is it creates stitches that we're going to work into instead of doing a traditional foundation chain. If you look at the top of your work, you can see that it creates a stitch, almost looks like a V, and we'll yarn over, insert our crochet hook into that V, pull up a loop, then we'll yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. So you can see we have our next stitch created, so we'll yarn over and go into that newly created V, picking up both of those strands, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So just keep going until you reach about 64 foundation half double crochet chains. And one thing to note is this is the back of the dog sweater, so the length of this chain will be the width of that flap that's on the back of the dog sweater, so you can make this however long or short you want depending on the size of your dog. After 64 half double crochet chains, this is what it looks like. For row 2, we'll start by chaining 1. Insert a half double crochet in the first stitch. Now in the next stitch, we're going to work a front post half double crochet. To do a front post half double crochet, start by yarning over and inserting your crochet hook in the front of that post and pull up a loop. Then yarn over, pull through all 3. And in the next stitch, we'll do a back post. So for back post, we're going in from the back. This is what it looks like. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. I'll show you again what that looks like. We'll yarn over, insert in the front post, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And the back post, we'll go from the back side, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So repeat the pattern of front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet until you reach the last stitch of the row. When you reach the last stitch of the row, we're going to do a regular half double crochet in the final stitch. So yarn over, insert the crochet hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And this completes our second row. We're going to repeat this pattern for rows 3 to 20. So we'll start by chaining 1, and for every row, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we're going to work a half double crochet in the first stitch, a front post half double crochet in the next stitch, and a back post half double crochet in the next stitch. So continue the pattern of front post half double crochet followed by a back post half double crochet until you reach the last stitch of the row. And when you reach the last stitch, remember to do a regular half double crochet and then chain 1 and turn to start the new row. So we'll continue this pattern until we reach row 20. After 20 rows, this is what the back of the sweater looks like. And before we start row 21, we're going to loosely chain 42, and this is going to help us increase the size of the dog sweater as we start working in the rounds. So I'll start by chaining 42. After you make the chain, we're going to slip stitch to the first stitch on the other side to form a circle. And we want to make sure that the chain is not twisted. So make sure that it's straight and insert your crochet hook to slip stitch. After slip stitching, we can start row 21. So chain 1, and we're going to work half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So you can see I'm starting by working in the left direction and going to go around, work the half double crochets into the chains, and then slip stitch at the end. When you reach the chains, we're going to just do a regular half double crochets. So this is what that looks like. I've made it all the way around the circle, and to finish off the round, we're going to slip stitch to the chain 1 that we made in the beginning. For rounds 22 to 48, going to chain 1, turn my work, and insert a half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So we're going to repeat the same thing that we just did until we reach round 48. And remember at the end of each round to slip stitch to the chain 1, then chain 1, turn your work, and repeat half double crochets in each stitch. I've reached the end of 48 rounds, and this is what the body of the dog sweater looks like. And for round 49, we're going to find the center of the underside of the sweater. To do that, we'll count from the corners, the amount of stitches you have, and divide it by 2. So I had 46 stitches, so I'm going to count 23. When you find the center point, take a yarn needle or a stitch marker to mark that, Gonna take my yarn needle and insert it right here. And because I didn't finish my last round in the center, we're going to fasten off and reattach our yarn to that center point. Chain 1, then snip off the yarn to fasten off. Take out the stitch marker or yarn needle, insert your crochet hook, then make a slip knot. And we're going to take this loop and attach it to the center. So we'll pull that through with the hook, then make a chain 1 to secure the yarn in place. For round 49, we will be constructing the leg holes of the sweater. To start, we will do a half double crochet in the first 9 stitches. After 9 half double crochets, we're going to chain 16. We're going to skip over 16 stitches, so after the chain, count 16 stitches. And in the 17th stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet. So we'll yarn over, insert the crochet hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And this will create our first leg hole. In the next 56 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet in each stitch. So because we already did 1, we have 55 left. So continue working a half double crochet in the next 55 stitches. After 56 stitches, we will chain 16 to start the other leg hole. Like we did on the other side, we will skip over 16 stitches, and in the 17th stitch, we will do a half double crochet. Half double crochet in the remaining stitches to finish the round. For rounds 50 to 53, we will chain 1 and work a half double crochet in each stitch and chain all the way around. So I'm working my way from left to right and starting with the chains in the first leg hole and just working my way all the way around. At the end of round 50, we'll slip stitch to the chain 1, chain 1, and repeat half double crochets until round 53. When you finish those 4 rounds, this is what it should look like. And now we're going to start decreasing the body of the sweater. So for round 54, we'll start by chaining 1, work a half double crochet in the first 11 stitches, After 11 half double crochets, we're going to half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert in the first stitch, pull up a loop, then insert the hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop, and pull that loop through all the loops on the hook. So that will be our first decrease of the round, and we're going to repeat doing a half double crochet in the next 11 stitches. After 11 half double crochets, we will half double crochet 2 together. Yarn over, insert in the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert in the next stitch, pull up a loop, and pull that loop through all the loops on the hook. So that's our second decrease, and we'll repeat the pattern of 11 half double crochets followed by a half double crochet 2 together until the end of the round. I finished the last decrease of my round, so I'm going to half double crochet in the remaining stitches. At the end of the round, slip stitch to the chain 1. And for rounds 55 to 56, we're going to chain 1 and work a half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. At the end of round 56, slip stitch to the chain 1. And for round 57, we're going to do our last round of decreases. So to start this round, we will chain 1, half double crochet in the first 10 stitches, after 10 half double crochets, we'll half double crochet 2 together. Repeat the pattern of half double crochet in 10 stitches followed by a half double crochet 2 together until the end of the round. After your last decrease, half double crochet in the remaining stitches. At the end of the round, slip stitch to the chain 1. For rounds 58 to 60, we're going to chain 1 and half double crochet all the way around. One tip to mention after working on the decrease rounds is to try the sweater on your dog to make sure that it fits properly and it's not too tight around their body. And you can definitely add more rounds of decreases if you'd like, or remove rounds depending on the dog's size. So that's just something to keep in mind before we start working on the front ribbing of the sweater. After 3 rounds of half double crochets, we're going to work on the front ribbing of the sweater. To start, we will chain 1. So just like we did with the bottom ribbing, we're going to work in the post. So for the first stitch, we will work a front post half double crochet. So yarn over, insert into the front post, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And then we'll go into the back post in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert in the back post, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Repeat this pattern of front post half double crochet followed by a back post half double crochet stitch until you reach the desired amount of rounds for the front ribbing. And this part of the sweater is optional. If you didn't want to add a front ribbing and you wanted to keep the width of the last half double crochet rounds, then you can just keep adding more rounds. But I think the front ribbing looks really nice and snug, and it really complements the whole sweater, so it's up to you on how you want to finish it off. For Luna's dog sweater, I did 5 rounds for the front ribbing, and now I'm going to fasten off by chaining 1 and snipping off the yarn. For the final part of the project, we'll work on weaving in the loose ends. So take your yarn needle and thread the yarn through the hole. Then we're going to hide this brown strand through a few stitches. So I'm going to just insert the yarn needle through these brown stitches and pull out from the other end. Once it's nice and hidden, we can take our scissors and snip the yarn off. For the leg holes, I'm going to do a single crochet border, so I'll start by making a slip knot and attaching the yarn to the corner of the hole. Chain 1 and work a single crochet in each stitch around the leg hole. When you reach the other end, slip stitch to the chain 1 and fasten off. Repeat the same single crochet border for the other leg hole. After you finish that, weave in the remaining loose ends, and this is what the dog sweater looks like. I really hope you had fun with this project. Let me know how it turned out in the comments, and I hope your dog loves it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.